The English market town of Morpeth gained a railway station in 1847 when the Newcastle and Berwick Railway built part of what is now known as the East Coast Main Line. One of the notable features of the line is a sharp bend just west of Morpeth Station. This bend has a radius of 17.5 chains and is believed to be the tightest on Britain's main lines, with the track turning 98 degrees on itself. The York, Newcastle and Berwick Railway merged with 3 other railway companies in 1854 to become the North Eastern Railway, who was still in control of the line running into 1877. On the 26th of March 1877, the 10:30 p.m. up express passenger train from Edinburgh to King's Cross departed Edinburgh at 15 minutes late. This train was being hauled by locomotive number 901, the lead engine of the 901 class, a 240 tender engine built in 1872, weighing in at over 69 tons. This train consisted of 9 carriages, a fish truck, 2 vans and a brake van. On board was a driver, a fireman, a conductor, a guard and at least 22 passengers. At 1:42 a.m. on the 27th of March, the express passed Morpeth signal box, running about 20 minutes late, which might have been because there was heavy mist in the area. With the signals set for the express, the train ran through the station and into the sharp bend at a speed of around 25 miles an hour, which was 15 miles an hour slower than normal. Everything was proceeding normally until they reached the water tower, about 30 yards from the end of the platform, where locomotive number 901 derailed without warning. It would travel another 84 yards before falling onto its sides and digging into the ballast. It ended up blocking the 2 adjacent lines with its tender trailing behind it. The guard's van and the fish truck pushed past and fouled 2 wagons in the nearby siding. As for the carriages, the first one, which was the 3rd vehicle on the train, was crushed between the tender and the rest of the train, to the point where it was unrecognisable. The rest of the train suffered damage, lessening the further back you went, with only the last vehicle, a van, being the only one undamaged and still on its rails. In total, 5 passengers were killed, with at least 2 of them being in the first carriage, one being crushed up against the tender and another one being found inside the tender. The driver, fireman, conductor and 17 passengers were also injured, though how badly is not recorded. What is recorded is the lucky escape of fireman Thomas. He felt nothing wrong until he was thrown underneath the tender, but escaped serious injury and was able to answer questions a few hours later. The sound of the accident alerted nearby workers who descended on the scene to investigate and render aid, with signalman Johnston blocking the lines to prevent further disaster. An investigation into the accident was launched by Captain Henry Tyler, who arrived at the scene from Newcastle the same morning, with attention quickly focusing on the permanent way. The cause was traced back to a fractured chair and broken bolts which held in a fish plate, both from the outside rail by the water tank. This allowed the rails to become misaligned, which in turn caused the leading wheels of the locomotive number 901 to climb up on the rail before derailing. What caused these parts to break is not known, with none of the trains in the hours before the incident reporting any issues. But whatever it was, it is believed that they were all broken at the same time. In his recommendations, Captain Tyler recommended that the track be strengthened and the gauge eased on the curve. He also suggested a diversion line to be built to allow fast trains to avoid the sharp curve in the first place. As of 2025, 148 years after the accident, this line is yet to be built. Morpeth Curve is still part of the East Coast Main Line, but 1877 would not be the last time that it would be the site of tragedy.